So in this video, we are going to learn how to create and send automated payment receipt on Razorpay payment. Let's say you're using Razorpay as a payment gateway to collect online payments for your business. Now you want that whenever you capture or receive a new payment on Razorpay from a customer, you want to send a payment receipt after the confirmed payment to them. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. You can create customized payment receipt using Google Docs template and you can automatically send them to your customer. So in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new payment, automatically with the same payment details, the template of the payment receipt which we have created in Google Docs, using that template, we are going to add that payment details and generate a new payment receipt. After creating the receipt, the new receipt will be saved in our Google Drive. So from Google Drive, we are going to get the PDF file link of the newly generated payment receipt. And at last, using Gmail, we are going to automatically send those payment receipt PDF file to the same customer who made the payment on Razorpay. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up all of this automation by yourself, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my Razorpay account, using which I'm collecting online payments from my customer. Now I want that whenever I receive a new payment on my Razorpay account or Razorpay payment page, I want to create a receipt for the same payment which the customer has made. So using Google Docs, I have created a template of payment receipt. And in this receipt, I want to enter the details of the payment which we have received just now from the customer using Razorpay. And then after generating the receipt, we want to send the PDF file of the receipt to the same customer as an email who made the payment. So the generated receipt will be saved in our Google Drive, and from our Google Drive, we want to send the same receipt to the customer via email. Now to do this, what we have to do, we have to connect all of these applications. We have to connect Razorpay, Google Docs, Google Drive, and to send emails, if we are using Gmail, then we have to connect Gmail as well. And we are going to use an automation and integration platform called Pabbly Connect to do so. And to access Pabbly Connect, just go to your browser and search for Pabbly, pabbly.com/connect. After coming to the Pabbly Connect landing page, here you can see two options. First one is sign in, second one is sign up free. Now, if you're new to Pabbly, by clicking on sign up free, you can create your free Pabbly account in just 2 minutes. But if you're an existing Pabbly user, just click on sign in. After signing in, here you will reach to the all apps page of Pabbly. Here you just have to click on Access Now below Pabbly Connect. And after clicking on Access Now, we will reach to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now here we have to create an automation workflow. For that, just click on Create Workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I would like to name my workflow as Razorpay to Google Docs to Google Drive to Gmail. Basically, I'm naming all the applications which I'm going to use in this automation. You can give any other name of your choice. Then just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account in which you want to create this automation workflow and click on Create. Now, as you click on Create, here you can see the workflow will open in front of us. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with the trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we are going to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever we receive a new payment on Razorpay, automatically the details of that payment will be received inside our Pabbly Connect automation workflow and this workflow will trigger. After that, using Pabbly Connect automation, we are going to send the details of that payment which we have received from Razorpay to Google Docs. And in Google Docs, we have the template of the payment receipt. So in this template, we are going to enter the details which we have received from Razorpay and we are going to generate a payment receipt. Now the generated payment receipt will be stored in our Google Drive. So from Google Drive, we will get the link of the PDF file of the same receipt which we have generated and we are going to send that receipt as an email to the same customer who made the payment on our Razorpay payment page via Gmail. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window in Choose App, search for Razorpay. Just select it. After selecting Razorpay, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select the trigger event as Payment Captured. After selecting the trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. And using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Razorpay payment page with Pabbly Connect. So to add this webhook URL in our Razorpay account, we just have to follow the instructions given below over here. Copy the webhook URL from here and go to your Razorpay account. After coming to the Razorpay account, from the left sidebar, go to Account and Settings, and under Account and Settings, you can see this option of webhooks. Select webhooks. Here you can see a list of all the webhook URLs which you have added in your Razorpay account. And to add a new one, just click on this Add New Webhook button, and here in this pop-up box, in the first field, paste the exact same webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. Then we don't have to enter anything in secret and alert email. And after that, at last, under active events, we are going to select payment.captured as the active event. Now, if you have any kind of doubts while setting up this webhook URL, you can always refer to the help text given below over here. It is clearly mentioned that we have to select payment.captured as the active event over here. After that, just click on create webhook, and now this webhook URL is added in our Razorpay account. Now, after doing this, here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, you can see it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response of a new payment from Razorpay. So what we are going to do, we are going to make a test payment, a dummy payment. So this is the payment page. This is the product for which I'm going to set up this automation. And on the payment page of this product, I'm going to make a test payment, a dummy payment. So here I'm going to enter the details of the customer as demo user. This is the name of the person. This is the email address. After that, this is a dummy mobile number of the same user. Then after that, here in course, you can see I have added the same course, the same product name as a field in this payment page. Now, while sending the details of the payment to Pabbly Connect, Razorpay by default does not send the details of the product or the payment page on which the payment is captured. That's why we have added a drop-down field of course name or product name, and we have given only one option so that we have the details of the product or details of the course for which the customer is making the payment on Razorpay. Then after entering these details, let's click on pay, and as we click on pay, we will see it is going to ask us for the payment. So I'm going to make a test payment over here using the test card which is given by Razorpay. These are the test details. I don't want to save the card, and after that, we are just going to enter the OTP over here. And after entering the OTP, here you can see, just now we have received a new payment of 999 rupees on our Razorpay payment page. And because we have connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger step, within few seconds, we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the details of the exact same payment which we have made just now. We will scroll down, and here you can see the order ID. That what is the order ID of the payment which we have made just now. Now after that, here you can see the mobile number of the customer which they have entered while making the payment on the payment page. Then after that, here you can see the last name, first name, email, and the name of the product, name of the course which they have selected while making the payment. Then here you can see the payment method, that by what payment method the customer made the payment. We'll scroll down further, and you can see some other details related to the payment as well. So we have the customer email over here. Once again, we have the phone number, we have the card ID, we had the card type. We'll scroll down further. Here we have the last 4 digit. Let's scroll down more, and here you can see the total amount of the payment. Now you will notice that we made a payment of 999 rupees. But the amount of the payment which we have received inside Pabbly Connect is of 99,900. This is because while sending the payment details to Pabbly Connect, Razorpay does not support the decimal value. So it has basically eliminated this decimal value and added the 20 after the decimal as well. That's why this amount is showing us as 99,900. So in the next step, using a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called number formatter, we are going to correct this amount over here. Then we'll scroll down further, and here you can see the response of created at. So we have the timestamp of the date and time, that at what date and time this payment was received by us on the Razorpay payment page. So in this way, you can see the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed, where we have successfully received all the details of the payment from Razorpay inside Pabbly Connect. Now after this, what we have to do, we have to basically change or correct the payment amount for which we have received the payment, and also we have received the date and time of the payment in timestamp format. So we are going to convert this date and time into a pretty simpler format. But now to correct the amount of the payment, we will just scroll down and come to this action step. And here in Choose app, we are going to search for a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called number formatter. Just select it. After selecting number formatter by Pabbly, in action event from the drop down, select perform math operation, and then just click on connect. Now what we have to do, we have basically skipped or received the amount without the decimal place. So what we are going to do, we are going to divide this whole response of amount with extra zeros after the decimal by 100. So by dividing it by 100, we will get the correct amount in the correct format. So here what we have to do, we have to enter the numbers which we want to perform math operation on. So we have to basically map the response of total amount over here in this field of number. And the process of mapping is very simple. Just click on this field and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Razorpay of a new payment. Out of all of these responses, we are going to select the response of the total amount of the payment and we are going to map it. Then after that, just add a comma and then we are going to write 100 because we want to divide this whole number by 100. Then after that, under operation from the drop down, we are going to select divide and click on save and send test request. Now as we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the correct amount of the payment, the correct amount for which the customer has made the payment, 999 rupees. Now after correcting the amount of the payment, we also want to change the date and time. So we want to convert this created at date and time from timestamp to a regular format. And for this, we are going to use another feature of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter. So after this number formatter action step, click on this add action step button over here. And then here in choose app, search for date time formatter. After selecting date time formatter in action event from the drop down, select the action event as format date with time zone. Then after that, just click on connect. After clicking on connect, here the first thing it asks us is the date. That what is the date or the timestamp whose format and time zone we want to change. So we have received the timestamp of the payment at which we have captured the payment in Razorpay from Razorpay responses in the trigger step. So from here, we are going to map this response of created ad. Then after this, it is asking us from format that in which particular format we have this date and time right now. So here in this drop down, you can see a list of different formats. Out of all of this, we'll scroll down and select timestamp over here. Then it is asking us to format that in which format we want to convert this date and time into. So let's say I want to convert the date and time into this format of day, month, year, and hours, minutes, and seconds. So we are going to select it. After this, it is asking us from time zone that according to which time zone we have received this response of timestamp from Razorpay. So let me tell you, Razorpay has sent us the date and time of the payment according to UTC time zone. So here in from time zone, we are going to select UTC, and in to time zone, I'm in India, and in India, we follow Asia Kolkata time zone. So I'm going to select that. Now, if you're in some other part of the world and you follow some other time zone, you can just select your desired time zone in to time zone over here. But in from time zone, we have to select UTC. And then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you can see we have converted this timestamp of capturing the payment details from Razorpay into a pretty simpler and readable date and time format. So we have received the payment on 10th of April 2024 at 3:26 p.m. So we have successfully corrected the amount of the payment and received the correct date and time of the payment as well. Now after this, what we want to do, we want to send these details of the payment which we have captured in Razorpay, and we want to send it to Google Docs. And in Google Docs, we have created this template. So using this template, we want to enter the payment details over here, and then we want to generate the payment receipt. For that, just click on this add action step button over here. And then here in choose app, we are going to search for Google Docs. Just select it. After selecting Google Docs, an action event from the drop-down, select the action event as Create Document from Template. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Docs account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this Sign in with Google button. And after that, just select your Google Docs account in which you have created the template. Then just scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, we will see our Google Docs account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the template document. So here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the documents which you have created in your Google Docs account. Out of all of this, what is the document which you want to use as a template? We have to select that from this dropdown. So the name of my template document is Payment Receipt Template. So I'm going to select this same template from this dropdown. After selecting the template document, it is asking us new documents name. That using this action step, we are going to generate a new document using this template. But what will be the file name of those new document? We have to give it over here. So let's say I want the name of my new document to be, for example, payment receipt. Then after a hyphen, I want to mention the name of the customer who made the payment. So we have received the name of the customer who made the payment from Razorpay in the trigger step. So from this drop down from trigger step responses, we are going to select the response of the name of the person and map it. Then after that, we just add a space and we are going to map the last name as well. In this way, this will be the name of the new payment receipt which we are going to generate using this action. We will have payment receipt written over here, and then after a hyphen, we will have the customer name. Then it is asking us new document location. So using this action step, the new documents which we are generating, as I told you, those documents will be stored in our Google Drive, in the Google Drive of the same account. But in Google Drive as well, in which particular folder we want to save these documents. We have to select that folder over here in this new documents location. So I have created a folder named as payment receipt. And I want that all the new receipt which I am generating using this automation should be stored in this particular folder. So what we are going to do, from this drop down here, you can see a list of all the folders which I have in Google Drive. Out of all of this, we are going to select the folder in which we want to save the newly generated payment receipt. Then after that, here you can see in our template document, in double curly braces, I have added some text. Basically, these are some variables. Variables means for each and every payment receipt which we are going to generate, all of these details are going to change. Every receipt will have a different order ID, a different customer name, customer email, mobile number, a different date and time of the payment, then a different payment method, currency, amount, and the name of the product as well. So whatever text, whatever value we want to put in place of these placeholders in these variables which we have written in double curly braces, we have to enter all of those texts, all of those values in these fields for each and every variable which we have inside Pabbly Connect. Which means whatever order ID I want to add in this template document over here in place of this order ID, I have to basically enter or map the order ID in this field. So what we have to do, we have to basically send all the details of a new payment which we have received from Razorpay to this Google Docs action step. So here the first field is order ID. The first variable which we have is of order ID. So we'll just click on this field, and from Razorpay, the details of the payment which we have received in the trigger step, we will just scroll down and we will select the response of order ID, and we are going to map it over here. In this way, whenever we capture a payment in Razorpay, whatever order ID we are going to have over here, the same order ID will be mentioned in the template document, in the payment receipt as well. Now, instead of order ID, if you want to mention payment ID or entity ID or something else as well, you can do that. Then after that, the next variable which we have is of the customer name. So here we are going to map the name of the customer who made the payment. From Razorpay, we have received these details. So from the drop down, we are going to select the response of first name and map it. Then we are going to add a space, and then we are going to map the last name as well. We have also received the customer email, so we will be using the same process of mapping and map the customer email. Then after that, we have the field of mobile number, so we are going to map the mobile number of the customer too. Then it is asking us payment date, so we have the field of payment date. And using date time formatter, we have corrected the format and the time zone of the payment as well. So we'll just click here, and from the drop down from date time formatter responses, we are going to map the date and time, that at what date and time this payment was captured. Then it is asking us payment method. So from Razorpay, we have received the response of the payment method as well. So we are going to select the payment method response and map it. Then we have also received the currency of the payment from Razorpay. So from trigger step responses, we'll just select the response of currency and map it. And then we have the total amount. So using number formatter, we have received the correct amount of the payment. We have divided the amount of the payment response received from Razorpay by 100. So from number formatter responses, we are going to map the response of amount paid. And in product name, we are going to select the response of the same product for which we have received the payment on Razorpay. So we are going to select the response of product name and map it. In this way, all the details of the payment which we have received from Razorpay one by one, we are going to map all of these details in each and every variable which we have created in our template document. Now, instead of this, if you want to increase or decrease these variable by adding double curly braces, you can change the template document. You can create any other template of payment receipt of your choice. And for each and every variable, each and every dynamic text, which will be keep on changing for every new payment received, you can basically create those variables by adding these double curly braces over here. Now, after mapping details, after entering details for each and every field, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we are going to receive some response over here. And yes, we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that all the details which we have mapped over here, basically all the details of a new payment which we have received from Razorpay, using these details and this template, a new payment received is generated. And the generated payment received is saved in the same folder in Google Drive which we have selected in this dropdown. So let's check it. We will go to this particular folder on our Google Drive, and yes, here you can see just now a new document is created. We will open this document, and here you can see we have the exact same payment received. We have the same order ID for which we have received the payment on Razorpay. We have the same name of the customer, customer email, mobile number. We have the date and time, that at what date and time this payment was received. Then we have the payment method, currency, payment amount, and also the name of the product for which the customer has made the payment. And for this, we have added an additional field on our Razorpay payment page. So here you can see, using the template which we have created in Google Docs, in this template we have entered all the details of the payment which we have received from Razorpay and created a payment receipt. Now after creating this payment receipt, you will notice that the share permission of this payment receipt right now is private to only me. This means basically this payment receipt can't be shared with anyone right now. But we want to send the PDF file of the payment receipt with our customer who made the payment on email. So in the next step, what we have to do, we have to change the share permission of this particular document, this payment receipt, which we have generated. So after generating the document using Google Docs and this response, at last you can see we have received this document ID. So this is a unique document ID of the same document which we have generated. And we are going to use this document ID in the next step of Google Drive to change the share permission. So for that, just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And here in Choose App, search for Google Drive. Just select it. After selecting Google Drive in Action Event from the dropdown, select the action event as Share a File with Anyone. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Drive account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this Sign In with Google button. Select the same account which we have connected in Google Docs action step, then just scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, we will see our Google Drive account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the only thing that asks us is the file ID. So here in this dropdown, you can get a list of all the files which we have in our Google Drive. Now out of all of this, the share permission of which particular file we want to change. So using this automation in the Google Docs action step, we are going to generate a new document. Means a new document will have a new file ID. This means the file ID will be keep on changing. It is a variable. So what we are going to do, we will just turn the mapping button on in front of it and clear this default response. And after clearing the default response, we are going to map the document ID which we have received from Google Docs action step. So in the Google Doc action step, we have received the document ID of the newly created document. And we are going to map this exact same document ID in this Google Drive action step in this file ID field. Just click here and from the drop down from Google Doc responses, select the response of document ID and map it. After mapping the document ID, what we have to do, we just have to click on Save and Send Test Request button. So let's click on Save and Send Test Request. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received some response. And in this response, you can see we have received the link of the same file, the same document which we have generated just now in the previous step, but in different formats. And out of all of this, we have this response of application/PDF, export link application PDF. So this is a link of the PDF file of the same payment receipt which we have generated just now in the previous step. We will just copy this link from here and paste it in a new tab in our browser. And here you can see just now the PDF file of the same payment receipt which we have generated is downloaded in my system. So in this way, you can see we have successfully received the PDF file of the payment receipt as well. Now let's move to the final step where we are going to send an email as a payment confirmation to the customer, and also we are going to share this payment received as an attachment of that email. For that, we'll just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, we are going to search for Gmail. Just select it. After selecting Gmail in Action Event from the dropdown, select the action event as Send Email. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Gmail account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with Gmail button. Then after clicking on Connect with Gmail, select your Gmail account using which you want to send the emails to your customer. Then just scroll down and click on Allow. And as we click on Allow, we will see our Gmail account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the recipient email address. That what is the email address of the person of the recipient to whom we want to send the email. So from Razorpay responses, we have received the response of the email address of the customer who made the payment. So we are going to map that email address over here. Then after that, if you want to add someone in CC or BCC of the email, you can enter their email addresses over here. By adding comma, you can add multiple email address over here as well. Then it is asking us for the sender's name, that by what name you want to send the email. Let's say I want the sender name to be Pabbly. So I'm entering it over here. If you want, you can just enter any name by which you want to send the email. Then it is asking us for the email subject. So let's say, so I want the subject line of the email to be, for example, payment received from Pabbly. You can basically give any other name of your choice. You can enter any subject line of your choice. Then we will just scroll down and here it is asking us reply to. So I don't want to add any reply to email, but if you want, you can enter the reply to email as well. Then it is asking us for the email content type. So here we have two options in the drop down, plain and HTML. So here I want to send a plain email. If you want, you can create the HTML email as per your choice. Then it is asking us email content, that what will be the body of the email. So I want my body of the email to be hello, and after hello, I want to mention the name of the customer to whom we are sending the email. So from Razorpay responses, we are going to select the response of the first name and map it. Then I want my email to be, okay, so this is the kind of email body I want to send. Hello, and then I want to mention the name of the customer to whom we are sending the email. We hope this email find you well. We are writing to confirm that we have received your recent payment for the order of the following details. Then I want to mention the order ID, payment date and time, payment amount, and the payment method in the email as well. So what we are going to do, here we will just click in front of order ID, and from Razorpay responses, we are going to select the response of order ID and map it. Here in payment date and time in front of it, we are going to map the date and time which we have received from date time formatter. Then we are going to map the amount of the payment. So using number formatter, we have received the correct amount of the payment. And before that, if you want, you can add the currency of the payment as well, which we have received from Razorpay. And then here in payment method from Razorpay responses, I'm going to map the method of the payment as well. Then I want my email to be, we are pleased to inform you that your transaction has been successfully processed and we have attached the payment receipt for your records. And we have the rest of the email. So in this way, I have created this kind of email, but if you want, you can create any email of your choice, whether it can be a plain email or it can be an HTML email, and map any details in the email as well. After creating the email content, it is asking us for the file name. So we are going to send the payment received as a file attachment to the customer. What will be the name of the file? So let's say I want my file name to be payment received. And after a hyphen, I want to mention the name of the customer, the same file name which we have given in the Google Docs action step. But as per this help text, we also have to include the file extension. So we are sending a PDF file. So I'll just write .pdf after the file name over here. So this will be the name of the file which we will be sending. This will be the name of the attachment which we will be sending as a payment receipt to the customer on email. And at last, it is asking us for the attachment. So here in the field of attachment, what we have to do, we have to enter the PDF file link of this document. So from the drop down from Google Drive responses, we are going to select the response of application PDF and map it. And after mapping all of these details, entering all the data and creating the email of your choice, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we are going to receive some response over here, and we have received it. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the email body which we have created, this email is sent with this attachment to this particular person, the same customer who made the payment on Razorpay. So let's check it. We'll just go to a new tab and we'll access the email inbox. And yes, here you can see just now we have received an email from Pabbly. We have the same sender name over here and we have the same subject line which we have entered over here in our Pabbly Connect workflow. And after that, here you can see the exact same email body. Hello demo, we have the name of the customer, first name of the customer who made the payment. Then we have the rest of the body of the email. We have the details of the payment which we have received from Razorpay. And also we have an attachment over here. This is the PDF file of the same payment receipt which we have generated just now for this payment. This means the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect between Razorpay, Google Docs, Google Drive and Gmail, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever you are going to receive a new payment on Razorpay, You can basically send a customized receipt or payment receipt to your customer who made the payment automatically. Now, after setting up this automation, we are going to test this automation workflow once. I'll go back to my payment page and we are going to make another test payment. Let's see, the name of the customer this time is test user. The email address is this. And then this is the dummy mobile number which we are going to enter. The course is the same and we have the same amount. Let's click on pay, and using test card, we are going to make another test payment. Let's click on pay now, don't save the card, and let's enter the OTP as well. So just now what we have done, we have received another payment on our Razorpay payment page. And because we have created this automation, you will see using this same automation, automatically within seconds, a payment receipt for the same payment will be generated, and the generated receipt will be saved on our Google Drive. So we will go to a Google Drive folder, and yes, here you can see just now a new payment receipt is created, a new document is created. We'll open it, and this is the payment receipt for the same payment. We have that same time, that at what date and time the payment was made. We have the same customer details, same order ID for this payment, and rest of the details. And automatically within few seconds, on the email address of the same customer, an email will be sent with the same payment receipt. So we'll just check the email inbox once again, and here we have it. And you can see we have the same email over here. We'll just scroll down. Here you can see the same order details, and you can see the same attachment as well. And the file name is also same, payment receipt test user. And we can open the same payment receipt in the PDF format. So we have tested this automation in real time, and this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.